Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on modern digital content creation. We are deconstructing the exact blueprint, literally the master prompt, required to build a highly engaging, SEO-optimized finance explainer from scratch. We're going to break down the anatomy of a perfect personal finance script, word for word, based on our source document. So if you've ever wondered exactly how educational content is engineered to capture and hold your attention, well, you're in the right place.
Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the perfect script blueprints, move into technical specifications, cover the core educational content, explore retention and visual mechanics, and wrap up with the final call to action. Let's get to it. Section 1. The perfect script blueprint.
Now, what's really interesting here is that before a single word of financial content is even written, the source outlines some absolute non-negotiable foundational requirements. It explicitly demands the creator, or the AI generating the text, to act as a professional YouTube scriptwriter, finance educator, and storytelling expert. Think about that for a second. It isn't just asking for a list of dry financial facts. It requires a really complex blend of skills: the structural pacing of a scriptwriter, the authoritative knowledge of an educator, and the compelling narrative hooks of a storyteller. All three of those identities have to be balanced perfectly.
And that three-part persona? It's governed by some very strict constraints. The final output must be 100% original, completely copyright-free, and highly optimized for search engines. On top of all that, this highly demanding criteria must be custom-tailored for a specific target channel named personal finance and investing. There is absolutely zero room for generic, copy-pasted content here. It has to be uniquely and cleanly built for this exact brand.
Moving on to Section 2, Technical Specifications.
Getting that creative persona right is just the starting line. Now we have to look at the exact numbers and metrics defining the boundaries of this project, because, let's face it, perfect content is a numbers game. 1,500. The source material explicitly caps the script at 1,500 words maximum, with a minimum requirement of 1,200 words. This strict boundary is a massive constraint that forces the writer to be incredibly concise. There's literally no time for fluff, wandering tangents, or long-winded financial jargon. Every single sentence, every single word actually has to earn its keep on the page to stay within this tight limit.
So the crucial point here is how that exact 1,500-word count translates directly to the final viewing experience. A script of 1,200 to 1,500 words perfectly dictates a required length of exactly 7 to 8 minutes. That isn't just a random time frame plucked out of thin air, right? It's a meticulously calculated duration explicitly requested in the prompt, designed to be just long enough to deliver real value, but short enough to maintain high viewer retention and cater to the platform's algorithms.
Which brings us to Section 3, Core Educational Content. So we have our multi-layered persona and our strict technical limits, but what is the actual substance going to be? What exactly is the creator teaching within those specific 7 to 8 minutes? Well, the core topic driving the narrative is clearly defined: 10 personal finance rules that can change your life. This relies on a highly structured, proven listicle format. By breaking the massive, sometimes intimidating topic of personal finance down into 10 distinct numbered rules, it provides clear, promised value right up front. Plus, it creates a predictable, easy-to-follow skeleton for the entire script.
But the prompt requires way more than just dryly listing out 10 rules. It explicitly demands 3 key elements: real-life examples, practical money tips, and common financial mistakes. This is a massive narrative shift from theory to application. We're definitely not reading from a textbook here. The rules must be heavily supported with relatable scenarios, actionable advice you could literally use today, and clear warnings about common pitfalls to avoid.
And here is a really vital piece of the puzzle that shapes the whole delivery. Despite acting as a high-level finance educator, the prompt explicitly demands a beginner-friendly introduction and an overall beginner-friendly tone. That means the writer has to use accessible language. They have to strip away the intimidating jargon and break down complex economic concepts so that an audience without any prior financial expertise can easily follow along. The ultimate goal is to empower the viewer, not overwhelm them with insider speak.
Next up, Section 4, Retention and Visual Mechanics.
Great educational content only matters if people actually stick around to consume it. This requires a brilliant two-pronged approach engineered directly into the script. First, for viewer retention, the script has to include a powerful opening hook right out of the gate, and then sprinkle curiosity hooks throughout. Their entire purpose is to keep the audience wondering what comes next. Second, for visual engagement, there's a strict demand for B-roll suggestions and visual ideas. The writer isn't just writing spoken audio here. They are simultaneously directing the screen's flow to keep the whole experience incredibly dynamic.
Beyond the visuals, there are two very specific technical demands for the final delivery, balancing the audio and the discoverability. Fascinatingly, the text needs to be formatted so that it's AI voiceover ready. It has to flow smoothly and rhythmically for text-to-speech generation without any awkward phrasing. At the exact same time, it must be highly optimized for SEO, so the script has to satisfy the ears of the listener even if the speaker is an AI and the complex search algorithms running behind the scenes.
Finally, Section 5, the final call to action.
How you finish your content is just as critical as how you start it. So how exactly do you close out? After delivering 10 life-changing financial rules, keeping the audience completely hooked with curiosity, and ensuring the technical and visual delivery is flawless, how does a creator effectively wrap up such a highly structured piece of content?
Well, the source gives us an exact, mandatory two-step ending requirement. Step 1, a strong conclusion that summarizes the immense value delivered over those last 7 to 8 minutes. Step 2, a clear call to action, instructing the viewer to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It is a highly calculated, totally necessary move to lock in the engagement you just spent 8 minutes earning, translating a satisfied viewer into long-term channel growth.
Looking at this all together, the overarching goal of this blueprint is incredibly focused and, frankly, very demanding. The prompt requires the creator to produce a script that is highly engaging, beginner-friendly, AI voiceover-ready, and meticulously SEO-optimized. Every single instruction, every constraint, and every requested hook in the source material works together in perfect unison to achieve this highly specific, highly effective result.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought to ponder based on the anatomy we've unpacked today. When we consume this kind of media, what makes the content truly life-changing? Is it just the raw financial information found in the 10 rules themselves? Or is it this meticulously engineered, visually dynamic formula used to present them that actually makes the learning stick? It's definitely something to think about the next time you click on a piece of content.